Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in the place where we killed that ogre over there. I think there might be, maybe, no more ogres. Let's see what we have over here. In Saint Galavain's place or something or other. Cartwheel carts, or tracks rather. By the look of them, the cart was leaving in a hurry. I wonder why. These workers didn't stand a chance. And what can I do over there with that thing? I can click on it, but only if I hover the mouse on a very specific direction. There's some good money in here, though, so I do appreciate the hard work of those workers and their death. We have a trident over here. That might be good. Crumpled sheet of paper. But I received a bunch of it from Tikur. Can I read more? I can indeed. At first, when Tikur approached me, I was going to refuse this unprofitable job. However, if I save on guards, I'll be able to keep a pretty sum. No reason to pay for professional monster hunters if common recruits can draw the Cyclops far enough, and then the workers can dig and load the pillar in the cart. And the payment from the herdsmen is small, but a nice addition. I have no idea why that savage would be so attached to his Coloran thing. Indistinct recollections of the former glory of his race, rudimentary aesthetic perception of the world, or maybe he just recognized himself in the bas relief. Is that how it's written, bas relief? That's a curious way of writing that. And I think we have whatever that guy was talking about. Let's see what we have. It looks like this pillar is unfixable. The head of a ram is engraved on it. You know, you wouldn't restore it. You mean unrestorable. It's not, in restoration, it's not necessarily fixing it. Come on, as an archaeologist, I do protest. Although, it's not that it's unmeritful to restore it. It's just, you can treat it as just fixing it. It's a relic. It's a thing. You want to keep the state, even if it's broken. Especially if it's broken, maybe, because that's more information about things. What broke it? When did it break? Usually, you get a lot of information from stuff like that. The head of a ram is engraved on it, with a swarm of flies breaking out of its single gouged eye. This represents the Horsemen of the Pestilence. Did I succeed at my lore? I did indeed. Nice, that's why. Talking about what it represents. Colon, not a dash, the archdemon who sits on the... Actually, that would be just a normal plain coma. Who sits on the throne of flies and one of the 4 rulers of Abaddon. Okay, well, we can't move it. A well-dressed and well-armed man, his pale face still holds an expression of surprise and fear. It's a very nuanced expression there. But even in death, it perseveres. For such is his surprise and his fear, that entwined together, they have engraved his face with features of horror most dire. And we have... Oh no, it's not a dungeon. I thought it was going to be a dungeon. What is this? Bones, skulls, rotten hides. There's nothing of interest in this tiny cave. Unless you like bones, skulls, or rotten hides. Then there's something of interest in there. Let's leave. Because I have been informed in the comments that I don't have the mission right now. We are supposed to have a main mission. But that jerk that showed up that I didn't want to help, apparently... Yeah, that was the main mission. So we don't know where to go, but we can still go there, hopefully. I'm betting it's not this way, and then which is a good thing because we've mostly done all the things that we have to do on this side. So we can pass the river, I would imagine. Although I can try and check it. So I just saved, and we have... Yeah, we have no mission. So what I'll do is I'll go down there, because I want to see if I can go past that particular... Really? Swamp ruins. Interesting. Let's try to avoid this. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, this might kill me. I hope it doesn't. Because we've been here before. Now, we have greater dire bears. It's fine. Dire bears. No, that's bad. They're coming from all over the place. Maybe. Valerie, go on in. Let's murder that one. That's not a dire bear. It's just a greater bear. It's greater than the other ones. Harim, what are you gonna do? This is gonna be bad. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be relatively bad. That guy's gone. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. Let's get Volcanic Storm. That is the enormousest of storms. Let's go with a normal molten orb, I suppose. Maybe. Can you cast it? Nope, that doesn't work like that. Be fast about it. It should work. Is she casting it? No. Okay, good. Let's try it over there. Be fast. Be fast. Okay, she died. That was an attack opportunity. That's pretty bad. These great. Yeah, that's pretty bad. We're not in a good position here. We can do this. But Octavia might die with a single hit. I'm gonna try and bring you around. Okay, Octavia, get out. She's stuck. Okay. Let's attack you instead. Oh, yeah, that's the kill right there. Okay, let's get some of that over there. Okay, I need you to get out. Okay, that was a hit, so at least I saw her land a hit on those. No, wait. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, let's get Gilladel up in there. Miss. Nice. Okay, it's not ideal. There it is. Yeah. So Gilladel survived by the skin of her teeth. And we have everybody down. Can't believe I actually pulled it off. Of course, we're all severely weighed down. We're gonna need somebody up there. Can you go there? Oh, no. How long does that last? Are we doing wheel saves? No, it's reflex saves. Because wheel would be a weird thing for a web. It's so weird that it's got little shiny patches and stuff. Looks cool. Okay, I got a bunch of bear skins. I'm actually not paying attention to their price, which I probably should pay attention to. Let's see, how much experience are they giving me? Yeah, I know. 45 each. That's from a greater bear, though. What about the big ones? 90. Yeah, that was reasonably good. Let's get, not that. Let's get this, maybe, on her. A little bit overkill, perhaps. I bet it is overkill. It is not? Plus 22. Really? Well, she needs that. Okay. So you get that over there. You get that over there. Does she have that? 58. 33. I'm rolling low skills. It's fine. That's what you need meta magic for. So you can just roll the maximum all the time. Just sounds like a good thing, I would say. Anyway, we haven't seen this little thing, the Swamp Ruins. At least as far as I can tell. And yeah, of course it's there. Let's enter the location and see what this is all about. I should have done something about it. I should have read what it was before getting in. Oh, this might not turn out as great. This is... Okay. I wonder if this is our destination. You know, the quest. Rune-covered ancient leather scrap. This item bears a trace of lost power. I shall show it to my person who knows all this stuff. And we have ourselves a Ferocious Devourer, also known as our death. Because a devourer, I believe, is what is known as an intellect devourer. I think. Which is also known as the worst thing that can be. An illithid. It's an illithid. It's a freaking illithid. And we're gonna die. We're probably gonna die. But, well, we shall persevere. If he's alone, I'll be okay. But that's a ferocious one. Okay. Not off to a great start. I just want to gauge its -1 level. Okay. That's just restoration. It's quite something that we're all missing. I need to look. Yeah, how long does that last? No, it's not too bad. 24 hours. Okay, what I want to see is what Gilladel is doing. Armor class of 33. She rolled a 2, though, so that's kind of nasty. But it is a literally armor class of 33, base value of 10, and then it's got a bunch of... How do you get to that point? Oh, because natural armor plus 15. Seriously, though, that's not normal. Do we not have an autosave? Oh, we have one at the beginning, or before the battle starts. How do I do that? I mean, I can maybe pull it off. So I have this for you. I have this for you. And this. And I also have guidance somewhere around here, which helps a little bit. Someone has it. I think it's you. Guidance. Yeah, for attack rolls. And I can also apply protection or resistance for checks. Negative energy checks, I believe. So, go, go, go. -1 level immediately. Minus another level immediately. That's just destruction. And of course, Gilladel is still missing. She rolls a 24 on a 9, so her maximum reasonable one is a 30. And that's still 3 points below. So I might do some damage, but it's not reasonable to expect me to actually kill him with Gilladel. That was a damage there. Who dealt damage? Harim. Harim, what are you doing? Did you roll a 20? How did that work? Heavy mace +1. Why? Attack result, natural 20. That's why. It's the first thing, but I looked down at the lower bits of that. Okay. Oh, I should have looked at who did 23. That's Amory. Amory, did you know a natural 20? She did not. So Amory is actually... Oh, but we're not doing damage. Right, we need cold weapons or something. Okay, well, while you guys do that, I'll just explore a little bit. I'll be right back. I want to see how big this is, because if it's just this area, we can come back later. And it is indeed just this area. Okay, I can come back at the end of the game, basically. I'm sure the items that are in here would come in handy, very much so, but, well, they're not going to come in handy. They would, but they're not. They're not. And maybe they wouldn't, actually, because we have seen really sweet weapons and sweet equipment that we just can't use. Namely that armor, that was so great, but it's just for lawful good people or whatever. rumble about the whole thing. Okay, so we're still at the precipice here. Not precipice, but still at the unknown. Because I want to see, just 20 hours, that should be enough. I want to see if I can cross the river there. Because if I can't, I'm not doing this. I'm going to the other way. Because I don't know what I was saying in the previous episode about, oh, I have so much time, it's good and all that. Maybe it isn't good. Yeah, that's the same. Okay. Maybe it isn't good. Maybe it's just that I don't have the quest, and as such, am a little bit blinded. But the good thing is, though, that we have seen everything that exists on this side, and we simply cannot cross the river. We couldn't cross it over there. I don't think there's a passage over there. And while there are, for sure, ways to go to the other side, there's definitely things in here, not there, although there as well. I don't remember exactly what was over here, but there's definitely things this way. We didn't... What did I do here? That's weird. There's things this way, and I'm pretty sure that's where we're supposed to go, is what I mean to say. Very badly, I say. Things very badly. Okay, so soon we'll be in our lands, which means we'll probably get an exclamation mark. There we go. Which is about a quest that was done. No, it is not. Monster invasion. That sounds bad. I don't want that. Can we not have that? Can we skip that bit? Just not? And here was I thinking that we were gonna have something to do with Tartusio. I missed the old fool. Yeah, it's gonna be a while until we reach the capital, though, I think. Yep. Well, we're gonna see what happens in the next day. Something does happen. So let's just stop here. Now get in. Click here. The Artisan's Loss. That's for Octavia, the same talented artisan that had taken up residence in the barony distinguished themselves again with another masterpiece. Alas, some scoundrels robbed the workshop and stole the precious work. The artisan demands justice, and it doesn't cost any money. It is a very difficult thing to do, though, but our community stat is, well, it's already taken into account into that, I think. It's the pits. So, yeah, it's probably gonna fail. +3 community on success. I'm probably gonna turn out with a piece and break it in front of everybody, and I'm just gonna be a miserable failure there, and everybody's gonna be very upset at me, and that's how that is. So we need to go to the throne room. We also need to sell a bunch of things. We also need to talk to that guy in the throne room. So strategy main square. No, let's go to the throne room first. The strategy of going to the main square would be nice if it were just smack down in the middle, if it spawned you in the middle of the main square, but alas, it does not. This is Casil having a chat with us. The epidemic continues, he says. More and more people die, more and more monsters roam your lands. Some of your subjects have already fled in search of safer havens. Your barony's very existence is in danger. Well, it came from nothing. It's fine, we're good. We do have good news, too, he says. I managed to gather some information that I hope will help you eliminate the threat before it's too late. Shortly after the epidemic started, goblins began appearing everywhere. The locals report that these goblins have been celebrating and shouting something about the, quote, Day of Glory for Lamashtu, the mother of monsters, mistress of insanity, and grandmother nightmare. That third title is the best. He continues, when all humans would be eaten by monsters and only goblins would remain. Sounds disturbing, does it not? Well, not for the goblins, it doesn't. So the goblins are behind this disaster, then? Is that what you mean to tell me? Because you're not actually telling me that. He's just saying that, oh, it's the, yeah, because, you know, correlation is not causation. Let's see what he says. Behind it? Doubtful. Benefiting from it, he says. Quite likely. I'd surmise that the true cause of this disaster is either human cultists of Lamashtu, yeah, we did mess with the cultists, or even worse, some natural creature related to her. In any case, the goblins likely know enough to provide some clue. Okay, what do you know, what we know about Lamashtu? She's called the Mother of Monsters. Her symbol is the three-eyed jackal head. She's an ancient and extremely evil goddess who spreads nightmares, insanity, and perhaps of most interest to us, monsters. Her worshippers are mostly of the more monstrous races, like goblins, lamias, and gnolls. That said, there's no short supply of secret followers and cults among more civilized people, too, including the people of the River Kingdoms. It sort of bothers me that he treats... If you're gonna treat goblins just as brainless monsters without any other purpose in life apart from just being horrible to people and to themselves and whatever... Don't have him say things like this. More monstrous races. Especially because he's an orc. It's just... Because it's... Or half-orc, I don't remember. Maybe... I don't remember if there's, like, full-on big troll-sized orcs or something. I don't know. Anyway, it just... Yeah, if you're gonna be simplistic about it, be simplistic about it. Otherwise, just come off as just all horrible. It's just like, what... Who did you ask the goblins what they wanted? Maybe they just want to be cool. I mean, they're celebrating. They're probably cool people, but we can't take that approach if the game is just going to treat them as monstrous creatures. So obviously we can't take that approach. But then again, now I don't know which approach I should take. Because we had the trolls, and they were nice-ish. And we had the other, the laser dudes in the forests. They were nice as well. Sort of. Were they lizards? They were, wasn't it? In that village where the kid ran off to or whatever. Yeah. So, I don't know. Anyway, so we need to find a goblin leader and press them for information. An idea where to be... I'm going to ask them. I'm not going to press anybody. That's just... I'll kill them or ask them. And I'll kill them without asking if I will kill them at all. Because I don't like being cautious and smart. An idea where to begin the search. I'm sorry. No. Panic spreads everywhere. My agents have had to run for their lives after villagers mistook them for spies and wild poisoners. Which is the worst kind of poisoners, obviously. They were almost lynched on the spot. All we know for sure is that there's a large goblin village somewhere within the barony. You'll have to locate it yourself, I'm afraid. No, I won't. I can look it up online. It's all fine. I hope it helps you to save the lives of your people. And by look it up online, I mean I might as well just save scum, because that also works very well. Jod is intervening, though. His eyes are bloodshot and his posture is slack. The wrinkles on his face have deepened and his sparse hair has gone gray. It's a disaster, Your Grace. We have an epidemic developing in the country. The afflicted first get a fever, then a bloody cough, and then several hours later, the cleric shakes his head and grimaces. Oh, he didn't complete it. And that's just half the trouble. Afterward, the bodies of the afflicted become like some kind of cocoon, and monsters hatch out of them. People keep dying, and we haven't the slightest clue what's causing it or how to deal with it. Trishan and I established a field hospital in the building in the former prison. Don't look at me like that. There were no better places to choose from. Frankly, we were lucky to find this one. To cut a long story short, we have a female patient who's volunteered for vivisection. It means cutting into her living body to look for the source of the disease. After the surgery, Ras will forgive us, we'll be lucky if we can close her up and let her go alive and well. However, well, she's diseased, so... Wait a minute, what? Yeah, she's diseased. Well, she won't be well. Are you supposed to cut out... Oh, maybe he does mean to operate. And, you know, cut out the source of... Oh, that's interesting. However, we don't want to do it without your presence, Your Grace. So please try to find some time to attend. Yeah, there's only a few hours after all. There's one more thing. He hands you a battered letter. Keston, that dunce, sent a message. Your Grace, it reads. I suppose it's this one as well. But we can't read it. Let's read it. Because, yeah, please forgive me my sudden disappearance. I deem... Who's Keston? I'm sorry, Jod. I'm very bad with names. You guys should have more syllables in your names. Just 2 syllables is hard for me. Just get me the big names. That's the best stuff. Or first and second name, I suppose. But even then, that's a little bit hard for me. Not that it's hard for everybody, just for me. Anyway, please forgive me my sudden disappearance. I deemed myself of more use among your subjects than at court. The people are afraid, Your Grace. They believe that they have been forgotten, that their ruler couldn't care less about the simple folk, even as they perish each and every day. For this reason, those who can bear arms are starting to take matters into their own hands. They should have. What is this? What? This isn't 20th century Europe. You need to defend yourselves. You have a village. I don't have money to pay all the guards. I barely have money to make your tavern for you. Anyway, even as they perish each and every day. For this reason, they bear arms. A wild mob is a force to be reckoned with. That's good. I like it, because they are obviously upset about what's killing them. Unless they mean to march on the capital, in which case I will be like, yeah, take the capital, I don't care. I mean, I would, but that would be game over. I would, because it's chaotic neutral. That would be, I think that would be fitting. Anyway, a wild mob to be reckoned with, and you already have enough to worry about. Fortunately, I was able to convince these people that I'm on their side, so he's fighting for the wild mob. In the end, I have decided to lead this militia myself, good, in order to be the first one to know whenever the people learn something new and to protect them from making rash decisions. I've led troops before, and your subjects view me as one of their own, because you convinced them that you were, so they trust me and are willing to follow me. It was with a heavy heart that I left your castle, but my hope was that once among the common people, I would be able to track down the source of the disease that struck the barony. I was recently informed that one of the squads scouring the outlying regions of Camelot had encountered a mysterious shrine. Our spies report that at the beginning of each week, cultists gather there to worship the dark goddess Lamashtu, the patroness of all manner of hideous creatures. Yeah, I know little of the gods and their affairs, but the appearance of the Mother of Beasts and her followers in a land teeming with monsters can hardly be a coincidence. As soon as I have finished writing this letter, I shall lead a squad of my best men there and await your arrival. I ask for your help, your grace, for I shall need it to strangle this filth in its cradle. And also, this basically confirms that we will be fighting against the Mother of Beasts, but I kind of wish that we wouldn't. I mean, not... Getting an ally is all I'm saying. Or maybe they're cool. I mean, they are celebrating. They probably have cheese and bread. That's all I need, really. Who knows? He says. Keston does. Perhaps we'll capture one of the cultists alive and find out if they and their goddess are behind the misfortunes of your barony. Your loyal servant, Keston Garrus. Wait a minute, it's Garrus. Right. I remember him. He was in the he was in here, I think. But he shows up first. Well, I thought he shows up in the prologue, but he shows up in Svetlana's tavern. I remember him. Let's see. He gave me a letter. He rambles from place to place. These letters are all we ever receive, says Jod. Well, just read it. I guess it's urgent. So what do we know about this disease, Jod? Not much, he says. Just primary symptoms, actually. We're not even sure if it's a disease, a curse, or some magic parasite. Perhaps, with your help, we'll manage to learn more. Okay, Vivisection. What exactly are you going to do? What? We're going to find the source of the disease, that's what. Once the monster emerges, the body of the afflicted is torn to pieces, making it impossible to learn anything from the remains. Well, that's because you suck. Because if you had, like, DNA sampling tools and all that sort of stuff, I bet you could learn some of that. Of course he doesn't. But, which is, it's a joke. But we found one brave woman, he says. Oh, like the female patient that he was referring to. I wonder why he said it like a female patient. I wonder if in Russian, probably Russian has a different word for he patient and she patient. Because that's pretty common in Romance languages for having like the little A at the end or the O, or E in French, and there's other things. And so I suppose Russian might have the same. And that's probably why it got translated like that. Anyway, he found one brave woman who gave us permission to cut her open. The straits are dire. We don't know exactly what we're looking for, and the vivisection is extremely dangerous for the patient, but we're left with no other choice. You call it a vivisection. It's really you're operating. It's a surgery. Why wait for volunteers? You could perform the surgery on a random patient without waiting for them to explode. I guess maybe there's a reason for this. That there's also I'm deliberately saying that you don't need their consent, and I suppose that something happened there. I suppose that would be rather chaotic, at the very least. I wonder if it's neutral or evil. Bite your tongue, he says, shouts at me. I'm a cleric, not some butcher. Oh, that's his problem with the vivisection. My duty is to save and comfort people, not save and uncomfort people. Because obviously they'd be traumatized for life. Jod goes silent and just shakes his head, frowning. But at least they have a life. That's, balance. One on the one hand and on the other, and also saving everybody else, and also not spawning a monster. There's many reasons that you could weigh one way or the other. So yeah, let's go. I bet Lindsay wrote something about that. What initially looked like an invasion has turned out to be an epidemic. This unknown disease kills people and turns them into monsters. Either that or their appendix turns into monsters, for all I know. Jod says, this is our hospital. He shows you around the bleak, comfortless building with its barred cells. The prison is certainly not the best location, nor the healthiest, but it's better than nothing. Nor the healthiest. You're putting plague victims in here. What do you mean healthiest? The most sanitary? I think he means sanitary. Yeah. But it's better than nothing, he says. Also, it might be cruel to say this, but considering the nature of the malady, it would be safer for everyone if the patients were kept behind bars until they're healed. That's not cruel. That's just plain practice of quarantine. Trishan says, I hope the city will get a proper clinic in time. Didn't I make one? I need to make one. Let's see. Let's go over that whole thing that you just said again. Why the prison? Was there no place more suitable? If only the city had a clinic, says Trishan. Even if it did, says Jod, the prison would still be the best choice. Don't forget at any moment one of the patients could, you know, die and release a monster. It's safer for everyone if we keep them locked up. So where are all the prison inmates? There were not but a few pickpockets locked away here. We put them to work cleaning the place up, then set them free. There's one still here, though. He wasn't some petty thief, but a seasoned highwayman. What have you already tried? Standard spells to heal disease, says Jod. Remove poison and lift curses. All ineffective. Attempting to dispel the magic is also fruitless. I fear we may be dealing with a curse of strength enough to pass our own faith. It isn't a matter of faith, says Trishan. I don't think it's a disease, let alone some powerful curse. I suspect it's some sort of parasite, hiding itself within the body. Nonsense, just says Jod, who just a couple of minutes before was proposing that it might be a parasite. He says, we've detected magic suffusing each patient's body, evenly distributed. If it was some sort of parasite, it would be a simple matter to detect. Trishan says, then it's able to disguise itself. Maybe it's poisoning their blood with its magic. By the sun, we return to this argument over and over. It's been days. Let's stop talking and try doing something already. Well, you should focus. You should learn how to talk, Trishan. You should learn how to have a conversation. You should say maybe it's poisoning their blood with magic. What do you have to say about that, Jod? And then you shut up, Trishan. And then Jod would say... What would he say? Because he hasn't... It seems to me like you have an argument that has remained unanswered. No, I don't know which one of you is correct, but... Jod should answer that. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe Jod is like, no, that's not possible. And then it would be Jod who is at fault, because why are you saying it's not possible? It's just your gut instinct. You're not basing your sayings on facts or whatever. Anyway, who's the patient? Who's our patient? Her name is Madla Stasek, says Jod, a peasant woman from a nearby village. We hadn't seen any prior cases of her disease there. Trishan says, I pray for that brave woman. She's the first one to mount the courage necessary to volunteer for the surgery. We cannot let her down. Okay, so we're cutting somebody open that doesn't have the disease? Okay, well, it's their call, I guess. I'm not a doctor here. I'm just a random hunter. Where will the surgery take place? Well, says Jod, that room was previously a torture chamber. There was already a suitable table. I suppose the knives, isn't that ironic? No, it's coincidental. If it were a room that, I don't know, that was used to put diseases on people, then it would be ironic. Then it's just coincidental, because, you know, she's probably gonna be in pain, because we don't have chloroform. There's multiple ways of numbing the pain in medieval times. I don't know if we're gonna have any of that, though. Good. I've no need for a torture chamber anyway, I say, as I tap the tip of my arrows. I thought as much, shouts Jod at me. Okay, give me a few moments to look around. If you must, but please, don't take too long, says Jod. I'll take as long as I need to. You shut up. Participate in the surgery. I thought I was just gonna watch. What is this? And there's a prisoner over there. And I'm alone in here. Also exhausted, which means that if I need to fight, it's gonna be a pain in the butt. And we have a patient. Your Grace, shouts that guy at me. Should I? No, I can't talk to them. So I should be able to talk to that patient over there. Is that the prisoner, I should say? Maybe. Hi. You got the wrong guy. I'm healthy. Hello? Have you found a cure? Asks the patient. I don't think they know what they're in for. Madla Stasek. Oh, she's here. I thought you were being prepped. These guys don't know the first thing about surgeries. Madla. Noticing you, the patient, a ruddy-faced, middle-aged peasant woman, blinks her eyes. Imagine that! Her Grace herself paying me a visit. Good health to you. I'm Atlas Stasek from Sedgala. Do you... So you think these priests are yours... of yours can really heal me? With Erastil's help? They could, I bet. I just look how brainy they seem, the two of them. So how are you feeling? I got a fever. Oh, right, so she's unhealthy, okay. Cough too, and I can't eat. I feel like puking all the time. I've been through worse, though. Born 6 kids and survived, but hopefully not at the same time. But still, this scares me breathless. Each tingle in my body gets me to shaking, and I think to myself, that's it. It started. Now I'll be ripped to shreds. So tell me about yourself. Nothing to tell, really. Apart from the 6 kids that I mentioned before, that's quite a story. Or maybe it isn't, I don't know. Depends on the culture, I suppose. We're a simple people with simple lives. Spent all of my life in Skedskasten. It's by Gudrun River, past Silverstep Lake. Raised my children there, and then grandchildren. Never seen monsters worse than goblins then, but now, howl bears and hydras everywhere. I prayed to the gods to spare our village, but no, this blight fell right upon my own head. Well, if it's a head surgery, it's a bad thing. Hopefully it wasn't right upon your own head, and more in the gut region. Why did you volunteer for this surgery? I'm scared like a hare, truth be told. But this is no mere cold. I can't just hope it'll pass on its own. At least this way I got some hope, right? And then, well, the doctors will figure it out. The doctors, huh? The doctors. No, not the doctors. I think she has been misinformed about this. Well, one of them is no, both of them are clerics. I guess that kind of works, and this is just, it wouldn't even make sense, probably, to call doctors to, medics, basically, in a setting like this, although there might be a precedent to it in the setting, I don't know. But, anyway, it's clerics, it's fine. She's in good hands, is what I mean. Well, the doctors will figure it out what to do about the plague, she says. I'm no hero, not me, but sometimes you gotta think about others too. If they end up butchering me, at least maybe they can figure out how to save someone else. If I gotta die, let it be for a good cause, right? Yeah, well, get ready. We're about to begin. As long as you're nearby, I got nothing to be scared of. Well, I think you'll have plenty to be scared of, but you're gonna have to wait until next episode. Because for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pathfinder Kingmaker. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.